then our sideline cheer squad, and finish with the men's basketball team. First up, from the Warrior Girls Elite, Sydney Curtis. Sydney's escorted by parents Sheena and James Alexander, her brother Justin, and her sister Mahogany. Sydney's future plans after graduation are to pursue a career in nursing. Her major accomplishments, she has danced since she was 8 years old, has been on the leadership line every year, including captain for 5 of those years. Morgan Giffen. Morgan's escorted by father Chad Giffen and brother Colin Giffen.
Just a bit this year.
Her future plans after graduation are going to college to achieve her LPN and RN certifications.
That's why I'm checking the screen. If it looks good, I'm not going to.
Morgan's major accomplishments are officer on the elite dance team and captain of the first ever gym competition dance team. Colin Morgan Giffen. And now your cheerleaders, Gianna Cameron. Gianna's escorted by parents Yolanda and Gina Cameron. Gianna's plans after graduation are to attend Baylor University. Gianna broke 3 school records in track, the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, and the 60-meter dash. She was also the 4x100 relay state champ in 2021. Gianna Cameron. Tori Kempton. Tori is escorted by her parents, Marie Pitts and Jeff Kempton.
I don't have any signal.
Tori's plans after graduation are to study neuroscience at ONU. Her major accomplishments include the Heisman Scholarship winner, indoor state track and field qualifier, GWAC first conference cross-country district qualifier, and regional qualifier. Tori Kempton. Haley's escorted by her father, Chris Larman, and mother, Julie Larman. Haley's plans after graduation are to attend university and study health science. Haley's accomplishments include 4-year varsity competition, 3 years of varsity football, and senior year all varsity squads. Haley Larman. Carrie McElroy. Carrie is escorted by her parents Cheryl and Mike, sister Ellie, and brothers Michael and Gabe. Future plans are to attend either the Ohio State University or the University of Dayton and major in psychology. Major accomplishments include receiving first team GWAC for competition cheer.
Isaac Penrod.
Cammy McElroy.
And in the real South. What does that mean? Well, the Afrik?
Josie Wills. Josie Wills is escorted by her parents, Brad and Jennifer Wills. She's also escorted by her brother, Gabe. Josie's plans after graduation are to attend Ohio University and major in nursing. Jenna's future plans include going to college to study nursing. Accomplishments are varsity cheer captain, first team GWAC competition cheer. Jenna Woodruff. And now our varsity basketball players, James Cameron. Escort by father James Cameron, brother Ian Cameron, mother Jessica Whitaker Bradley, and stepfather Lamont Bradley. James' plans after graduation are to go into the Air Force Reserve. James Cameron. Mike Cole. Mike is escorted by his parents, Robert and Alicia Cole, and brother Daniel. Mike's plans after graduation are to attend the university to study engineering. Among his accomplishments are playing 10 years of basketball, an undefeated JV season, and hitting 4 3-pointers in a single game. Mike Cole. Isaiah Ingram. Isaiah escorted by mom, Portia Ingram, stepdad Tier Craig, sisters India and Ayana.
Jared, Paul wants us to bring the camera forward because of the rain. He sees the rain.
Isaiah's plans after graduation are to attend college on a full academic or athletic scholarship to one of the 10 universities he has been accepted to.
I mean, I could zoom it in, but we're going to cut off.
Isaiah is a 4-year Wayne basketball player. And in 2020 and 21 led the JV to a GWAC championship at 19-0. Isaiah Ingram. Kendall Lewis. Kendall is escorted by his mother, father, stepdad, sisters, and brother. Kendall's plans after graduation are to go to college. Among his major accomplishments is going to nationals for AAU. Kendall Lewis. Jamel Smith. Escorted by grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, and brothers. Future plans are to attend Western Kentucky University. Among Jamel's accomplishments, going to nationals for AAU, being 19-0 junior year on junior varsity, and being featured on the Buckeye Prep website and making the All-Star team. Jamel Smith. Adam Trick. Adam's escorted by parents Ed and Debbie Trick. Adam's plans after graduation are to attend Miami University to play football and to study finance. Among his accomplishments, second year first team all-conference linebacker, second team all-state, total student athlete, finishing high school with a 4.5 GPA. His major accomplishments: first team All-State football in 2020, 2021, and the 21-22 season All-American. GWAC shot put champion in 21, OHSAA third place shot put in 21, all-academic football team. Emil would like to say thank you to Rihanna, aunts, uncles, friends, and family for all the support. Emil Wagner. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And please put your hands together one more time for the senior class of 2022. And now, introducing your Wayne Varsity cheerleader, Carrie McElroy, Gianna Cameron, Haley Lauren, Jenna Woodruff, Josie Wills, and Tori Kempton. On behalf of the Board of Education and Administration of Wayne High School, we would like to welcome you to Premier Health Good Samaritan Gymnasium for today's contest featuring our guests, the Firebirds of Fairmont High School and the Warriors of Wayne High School. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administrators and authority figures, and of course your team and opponents. Let's make today's contest great by remembering to respect the game. The officials assigned to this contest have been...
Hello and welcome inside Wayne High School for tonight's MVCC varsity game of the week, as the 13-5 Wayne Warriors are set to host the 17-2 Fairmont Firebirds. Jared Bergstrom alongside Andy Horton for the call tonight. Andy, real quick, why don't you go ahead and give us a player to watch for the Wayne Warriors here on senior night?
Well, Jared, I definitely think that the player to watch is Laurent Rice. He's an absolutely amazing player. He's a four-star prospect, rated by ESPN. He averages nearly 20 points a game, 7.3 rebounds a game, 6.6 assists a game, almost 4 steals. He has almost a 3 assist to turnover ratio. And he does a great job getting his teammates involved. He's an amazing defender. He's He just does so many different things well for your basketball team. He's the type of guy that everybody wants on your team. Jared, who's the guy to watch for Fairmont?
For the Fairmont Firebirds, let's go down to the national anthem and then we'll talk about the Fairmont Firebirds.
The national anthem will be performed by the Wayne High School Pep Band under the direction of Kirsten Showers and Susan Chambers. Please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
For the Fairmont Firebirds, we talked about Anthony Johnson, third in G-Walking scoring, averaging 17.4 points a game. But little man averaging 7.5 rebounds a game, career high 31 in the game we did against Ultra a few weeks ago, well, last year. But coming off of another heartbreaking loss, I think these Firebirds are going to come out firing on all cylinders and show that you can't beat Centerville, and that's what these two teams are trying to show is a loss against them is not going to unravel your season.
Number 2, Nissan Nisset. Number 10, Eli Sherwood. Number 12, Anthony Johnson. And number 22, Adrian Guerrero. And now, introducing the starting lineup for your number 2, the 6'1" senior, James Cannon. Number 3, a 5'8" senior, Isaiah Ingram. Number 4, a 5'8" senior, Jamel Smith. Number 20, a 6'2" senior, Mike Howard. And number 21, a 6'7" senior, Emil Wagner.
Introduced, and we are ready for our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week presented by Sherholtz Printing. Fairmont won the earlier meeting between these two, 61-50 down in Trent Arena. And in that game, Fairmont outscored the Warriors 20-5 in the second quarter, and that's what gave the Firebirds the lead into the half, and really Wayne could not come back from that one. But let's see if Wayne going to come out with an all-senior starting lineup on senior night, but I'm sure it won't be long before we see number 1 Laurent Rice check into the game.
I definitely agree there, Jared. It should not be very long.
And side note, in that first meeting, Wayne did not have Emil Wagner. He was playing in the North-South game against for college football, where we heard he's going to Notre Dame to play defensive lineman for the Fighting Irish next year. All poked away, out of bounds, he's going to stay with Fairmont.
Yeah, and having Wagner in this game is going to make a big difference for the Warriors. He averages 2.5 blocks a game, so he's a huge disruptor on defense.
I'll take the over on that tonight. Fairmont doesn't really have a size to go up against him, so I mean, he looks like a man among kids down there in the middle of the paint.
He's a big boy. Gonna play defensive end somewhere. Notre Dame.
You see Marrero kicks it down to Johnson. Johnson drives in the hoop and puts the Firebirds on the ball.
And that was a really nice job by Johnson to just, keep moving within the offense. Found a little lane, cut in, got the pass, and just laid up easy off the glass.
See Isaiah Ingram kick it back up top to Jamel Smith. 3 by Mike Paul is up and no good. He's set with a rebound, and I got to consider that a win if you can get a rebound over Wagner. Johnson in the corner, thought about the 3. He actually will take another step and drills it.
And that was a really good closeout by Mike Cole, but when you got a shooter there like Anthony Johnson, there's not much you can do.
All 5 points here for the Firebirds early. Kick over down low from out of bounds.
There's a miscue there with Wagner and
there you go, the student section getting happy. Laurent Rice
between Wagner and Ingram.
RJ Hughes coming into the game for the Warriors.
Ingram expected Wagner to cut to the rim, and he didn't.
So a minute and a half it took before Nate Martindale's like, all right, now let's get back and play basketball. We'll get the seniors in later too. See Caden Howard get it down to Eli Sherwood. And if you're Fairmont, if you can keep Wagner out of the paint, you've got to consider that a side victory for the Firebirds. Doucette kicks it over Howard.
Yeah, if you can make him guard a shooter and keep him away from the basket, it's going to improve your chances greatly on the inside.
And they're going to say Howard stepped on the line. Well, now here the official will come. I think Wagner blocked it out of bounds, and there it's going to stay with the Firebirds.
And you just see his arm span. You just see his. Yeah, I mean, you just watch. You just look at him. His arms go nearly all the way down to his ankles. He's just so disruptive on the defensive end. His ankles, his knees.
Not much separation between the two. So, I mean, like you said, that wingspan probably goes across the whole paint. Doucette trying to find some separation. Marrero in the corner. Sherwood going to be guarded by Mukes. Wayne playing a great defense so far this possession. Fairmont's kept it for about 45 seconds game clock. And that's when you don't want dribbling. Johnson pull-up 3 is up and good. All 8 points belong to the senior Anthony Johnson for the Firebirds.
Mike Cole was in the vicinity, but he didn't actually get a hand up on the play. You have to get a hand up and a shooter like that's face.
That's what happens. Johnson does those little dribble steps. Did like 3 or 4 of them, and Cole didn't bite on any of them, so he just said heck with it and pulled up.
He's got that herky-jerky dribble, kind of get you off balance, and then just pulls up right in your face.
Foul number 1, Caden Howard is first.
Fouls on Caden Howard for the Firebirds. Right now it's Anthony Johnson versus the Wayne Warriors. as they actually called that. They just changed it on the scoreboard. It was a long 2 for Fairmont. Cole trying to gets it down low to Cameron.
Pass was deflected.
Cole's 3 is no good. Wagner with a rebound. Bukes baseline jumper. Wagner with another rebound and a putback.
That was a really tough shot by Mukes, but when Wagner got the rebound and the only guy in there guarding him is Anthony Sherwood, it's a surefire, easy putback. No offense to Sherwood, but he's just completely outmatched.
And you see Sherwood's going to try and keep Wagner out here on the 3-point line. Johnson with there we go, look at this. Dribbling abilities by Anthony Johnson.
And that so far seems to look like that's a big strategy for the Firebirds. They're trying to isolate Johnson against Cole and just let him work and try and keep Wagner away.
Number 11, Tyler Gentili checks into the game for the Firebirds, replacing Aiden Marrero. 3:48 left here in the first quarter. Fairmont leading 7-2. And Fairmont, they will stick with a full court press.
Well, something you really don't want to let this Wayne team get is comfortable. You want to make them work for everything, and that includes just getting the ball up court.
Deep 2 there by James Cameron, and that air ball. The student section's going to let him know. Now you're going to see number 12, Kendall Lewis, check in for the Warriors, and also number 23, Juwan Crawford Jr. Wayne definitely has the deeper bench that they utilize more than what the Firebirds do. Fairmont will go about 3 or 4 deep on the bench. Wayne has about a starting 5 rotation that they rotate in and out. Doucette pull-up jumper there is good.
Yeah, they have a lot of different guys who play, but they really only have 4 or 5 guys who score. I mean, Rice is the only double-digit scorer on the team. They have a couple of guys that are really good 3-point shooters, but like you said, they have really good depth, but not many guys that can really put the ball in the basket consistently for them.
That's going to be a foul. Second one on Caden Howard. That's going to send Laurent Rice to the line to shoot 2.
To the line, shooting for Wayne, Laurent Rice.
Rice is going to knock down the first one. If there's anything in his game that he could improve on, I'd say it's the free throw shooting. He shoots 76%, so that's not bad at all. But he's just such a good player. If there's anything you can tweak, just got to work on those free throws in the offseason. He knocks down the second one.
He could maybe take that Xavier University off his top 8. Coming from a Dayton fan, you don't want him to go to Xavier. I know they don't play each other hardly anymore, but it's still that rivalry.
Well, I hope he keeps it in that top 8. Could always use an extra guy like him on the roster.
And I think that's going to be a foul on number 12 for the Warriors, Kendall Lewis. That'll be his first, team's first.
Wayne foul, number 12, Kendall Lewis. His first, team's first.
Aiden Marrero checked back into the game when Howard picked up his second foul. Down low, Fairmont, loose ball, finally picked up by Doucette.
And he didn't actually end up getting the steal that time, but who else but Laurent Rice in there in the passing lanes to make something happen.
Sherwood going to drive baseline, pulls out, top key to Marrero. And Marrero's going to drive it, it's swatted away by number Warriors.
Now Cole is only 5 of 10 from the free throw line this season. Now he hasn't gotten there that often, but he's definitely not, their best free throw shooter by any means.
First one is up and good for Cole.
Into the game, number 3, Logan Adams. Into the game for Wayne.
You're going to have Logan Adams check into the game for Eli Sherwood for Fairmont. Cole makes them both. So Wayne cuts it to a single possession game as they are on a 6-2 run. Doucette fakes the handoff, gives it to Marrero. Marrero down low. Gentile gets it back.
Good awareness by
A loose ball and 4 Warriors around it. And
yeah, good job by Gentile getting the ball back. Muke's got his hand in the passing lane.
Three, nothing but net.
I don't know how you keep letting this kid get wide open like that. He's just making you pay every single
I wouldn't think he would have taken that. That was at least 2 or 3 feet behind the three-point line.
When you're a 43% shooter, you're confident to shoot from anywhere.
3 the other way is no good. Johnson with another rebound. Gentile lost it, gets it back. Johnson, another 3. Can't get that one to go.
That one was a heat check.
I think that one would have brought the Fairmont side down on if he would have hit another deep one from right there. Rice guarded by Doucette. Step back jumper. Rims in.
And that's why he's a 4-star prospect. He he's got it in his bag right there and just made the defender pay.
In our game last Saturday when Fairmont played Centerville, how many of those balls that Fairmont shot that hung up on the rim like that and then would fall off, just momentum killers that really separated them.
It didn't feel like it was a home game. Normally you get those rolls at home. It felt like it was a road game there at Trent Arena with a packed house.
Sold out crowd and Fairmont looking like they're going to try and hold for the last shot here. 18 seconds left in the quarter. Firebirds hold a 4-point lead, 12-8 with 10 seconds left. Doucette gets it. Doucette's going to drive in, pull up, baseline jumper is no good. Wagner, and he traveled, and that's going to be a turnover, and Fairmont is going to get the ball back with 1.7 seconds left.
I mean, I don't know. I would dispute that. He never touched the ball again. He never picked it back up.
I wouldn't have called it a travel. I might have called it a double dribble before a travel. But Fairmont's going to bring in Eli Sherwood, one of their better three-point shooters. So if you're Wayne, you got to protect Sherwood and Johnson.
You don't
Johnson
forget about
gets
it. 50%.
Pull-up jumper, not at the buzzer.
In the first quarter, score, Wayne 8, Fairmont 12.
And I think Johnson just rushed himself a little bit too much on that. But yeah,
I don't think he was expecting to be that wide open.
Yeah. He had like a second and a half, if he could have just slowly, calmly and collectively gone up into that jumper.
So as we take a look at the Firebird huddle, Fairmont really kept Wagner out of the game, out of the middle of the paint, what they did. I think he only had 2 rebounds and 2 points in that first quarter. So Fairmont really keeping Wagner away from the basket is really turning out why they've stretched this lead out to 4 and the 3-point shooting from Anthony Johnson. But if we go over and look at Wayne, what do the Warriors have to do to get back into this game, Andy?
Well, I really think Wayne, they're going to have to get the ball to their shooters. They're going to have to space the floor better, but they're just going to have to get Lawrence Rice some easy looks, right? He's got, I think, 4 points right now, and 2 of them were free throws, and the other one was a tough jumper above the free throw line. And so he's not getting anything going towards the rim, and Fairmont's making him work really hard for everything right now. So if you can get him going a little bit, get some easy point buckets for him, then maybe passing lanes open up for him, and they're able to open up their offense.
I like that sign in the back of the Wayne student section, respect the law. Fairmont's got to look at that when they shoot free throws this half. You see it right there. I mean, if that's not the big, that's got to be the best name to have for basketball. You got to respect the law.
And I tell you what, so far they've been respecting him. They're not letting him take over this game so far.
Wagner kick up top to Kamen. And he had 24 points in that first meeting and actually just had his career high 31 last Saturday against Columbus Independence.
They're going to call the foul there on Sherwood.
Fairmont foul. Number 10, Eli Sherwood, his first, team's fourth.
And Sherwood was denying on defense on that play. And if he would have been looking at the ball instead of just denying, he would have been able to come up with a steal. But
kick over, now dribble back out up top to Cranford. Down low to Wagner, and Wagner finishes up at the glass. You're not going to be able to stop that every time if you're the Firebirds, but you just got to limit it. And now you see Fairmont's going to send Braden Hicks to the scorer's table. He has the height, but not really any weight behind the height. So, I mean, if Wagner teams up with him, they might call a charge just because of the sheer size advantage Wagner has muscle-wise.
They just called the first foul on Rice. That's going to be an interesting storyline. Make sure he stays out of foul trouble if you're the Warriors.
That ball was tipped but corralled by Johnson. Marrero doesn't shoot the three often, but took a shot, and Marrero gets the rebound. Gentili's going to drive, kick over Braden Hicks. Now Fairmont's going to reset. Doucette's going to drive in. Johnson, floater is up. No good, loose ball to Laurent Rice and the Warriors.
You know, that was really good communication by your two stars. You just weren't able to get the bucket to go. And that's what the Warriors really needed. They needed to get Rice in transition. It's way harder to play defense in transition. You know, everything's moving quickly. There's so many different variables. And, you know, if they're able to get him going off of little buckets like that, that's going to change the game for the Warriors.
Johnson step back three off the back of the iron.
That would have been something.
Over Wagner too. Got Wagner to go for the fake. Ball stolen away by Gentili. He's looking to go coast to coast. Fouled, and he's going to go to the line for two. So that's going to be the first foul on number 3, Isaiah Ingram.
That's a really good job by Gentili by just, you know, keep attacking and knowing the situation, knowing that there was a lot of contact there on the defense and just kind of throwing it up, even though he didn't have a good look at the bucket. Smart, headsy play.
Gentili misses the first.
Into the game from number 0, RJ Buse, number 12, Kenny Lewis, and number 20, Mike Cole.
Gentili makes the second. Puts the Firebirds back up 1. Wayne trying to get something set, moves it over to Rice in the corner. Rice step back 3 is up and good.
He's starting to heat up. Fairmont's going to have to do something about that.
9 of the 15 points belong to Rice as he gives the Warriors their first lead of the game. Marrero kicks it back up top to Gentili. Doucette back to Marrero. Hicks kicks it over to Johnson. That was almost thrown out of bounds. Gentile's open down here in the corner. I don't know if anybody saw him.
Doucette has to be more aggressive here on offense.
Especially having the size advantage that he does down low against R.J. Mukes. Johnson, step back, shot is up and good.
And it's just Anthony Johnson's night. He's in his bag right now.
12 of the 15 belong to Johnson for the Firebirds. Nice move there by Ingram. Get it into corner into Rice. His three. Wow! Rattles home a three deep in the corner, and Braden Hicks was all over him.
Yeah, he shoots 40% from three, and you just got to do better. I know he was all over him. You got to get up in the air.
Ball poked away by Ingram, and Gentile steals it back.
Good hustle by Gentile, not giving up on the play, even though he turned it over.
Marrero, Johnson, deep three, Rice in his face, and Johnson answers back with a three of his own.
And it is just back and forth. One guy is just one up in the next. Like anything you can do, I can do better.
Right now it's 1 versus 2, Rice versus Johnson, and they're not even guarding each other. Rice was on Johnson that last three because of a screen, but tied up at 18, and 15 of the 18 belong to the Fairmont is Anthony Johnson, and 12 of the 18 belong to Laurent Rice for the Warriors.
Yeah, and Fairmont, they're doing a really good job right now of just getting Johnson's space out behind the three-point line. They're running a lot of off-ball screens and just little incidental picks, just handoffs and stuff like that, just giving him a little bit of space. He doesn't need a lot of space, just a little bit. You give him a sliver, and he's going to make it pay. Yep.
Wayne called a full timeout there. Wagner checks back into the game for the Warriors. Be interesting to see whoever scores. I'd say 10 out of the Rice and Johnson. Whoever scores 10 might be the one, the deciding factor in this game, because right now nobody really having either help on either side. Other scores for the Firebirds, Doucette has a bucket and Gentile has a free throw, and for Wayne, the only one on the table that scored is Wagner with 2. Ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Warriors.
And really good defense there by Johnson, just being up in Muke's grill, not giving him any space, just hounding him.
And Gentile trying to trap Cranford in the corner back here in the backcourt. And Gentile, look at that pressure by Gentile. Loose ball, Rice saves it. And Howard back in there with 2 fouls, shoots over him, and it's nothing but net.
And it just does not matter.
No.
It doesn't matter who's there. He's just gonna pull up and just make it in your face.
14 for Laurent Rice.
He's just on a different level right now.
And now you see Wagner on Johnson. That's definitely a size advantage for Wayne, but a speed advantage for Fairmont. You see Johnson's going to bring him over here into the corner, and then watch, he's going to probably shoot across the middle of the paint.
Yeah, but I think that Wayne, they'll take that mismatch, because even though he's slower, if he's anywhere in the vicinity, that extra size is just going to help to throw Johnson off.
Doucette, guarded by Rice, now gets it back up top to Johnson. Sherwood now guarded by Cole. And here we go, Rice on Johnson, pull up three, nothing but net.
Cranford was able to close out, but he closed out too late. Like, you have to be on this guy from the jump. And when he pulled up to take the shot, he had 3 feet of space, and that's just way too much room.
That's just that stutter step by Johnson, and that's going to be a foul. No, it's a 10-second violation against Mukes. That stutter step by Johnson is deadly, and it just gets the defender not even a half a second. He steps back. Johnson's already back shooting the three. Howard going to inbound it to Doucette. And at this rate, Johnson's going to set his career high tonight. He's on pace to beat 31. Doucette trying to find it, get it to Johnson. He's going to dribble out now, guarded by Wagner. Down low, Doucette wide open in the middle of the paint.
And Deshaun Doucette really needed that easy bucket.
And now look at Fairmont coming out playing a full court press. Now Johnson, everybody else but Johnson's going to back up. Screen by Wagner. Doucette pokes the ball away. Out of bounds, going to go back to Wayne.
And good job by Mukes to not give up on that play, able to tap it away off of
Now you see the referees talking between Gentili and Cranford. Gentili's defensive presence, he's right in your face the whole time. You see here.
He's made a lot of good defensive plays here in the first half. He's been a difference maker. Got a couple steals.
Rice in the corner. Cranford going to drive. Floater is up and good.
Pretty floater by Cranford. That thing just kind of spun in around the rim.
And with 22 seconds left, Fairmont looking to hold for the last shot. Mukes guarded by Johnson. If it doesn't touch Johnson's hands on this possession, I'll be surprised. 10 seconds left. Howard trapped in the corner. Howard lost it. Gets it out to Gentili. At the buzzer, his shot no good. Johnson saves it from going out of bounds. Gentili at the buzzer. Shot wouldn't have counted anyway.
There's a good attempt there on that final possession. I like the hustle that Fairmont had, just not quite able to put it in.
Fairmont going into the half, a 1-point lead, 23-22 over the Wayne Warriors. We'll be back for the second half in our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week, presented by Sherholtz Printing.
Amazing. This is amazing. I love this.
Please welcome Warrior Girls Elite to the floor. Under the direction of Chuck Morgan, head coach Les Stevens, assistant coaches Elizabeth Bernard and Katie Wright. The Warrior Girls Elite are led on the floor by Captain Sidney Curtis, co-captain Zoe Scarborough,
All right, welcome back inside Wayne Gymnasium as we get ready for the second half of our Anthony Johnson versus Laurent Rice showdown. Quick happy birthday shout out to Laurent Rice. But Andy, it's an offensive onslaught from those two players. So, I mean, who is going to have to step up for either side of either team, I should say, to try and get this a victory in that way?
Well, Jared, so for the Firebirds, we kind of talked about it a little bit in the first half, but Desan Descent, he's going to have to get going. He averages 15.5 points a game, and he's a great player, but he just has not been able to get anything. I mean, I think he's got, what, just one layup, right?
One layup, and that was wide open at the end of the second half.
Right. So, like, he's a great player. They just got to get him more involved. It doesn't really look like he's looked for a shot much in tonight's game. So
when Anthony Johnson's got 18 or 23, I don't think you have to look for a shot right now.
That's true, but you got to get somebody else involved. And then on the other side, I would say I'd probably look for R.J. Mukes. He really hasn't done much on the offensive end. He actually hasn't done anything on the offensive end so far. But he's a really good player. He shoots 37% from three, and he's their second leading scorer. He's also a really good defender. So if he can maybe, get some of that defense to lead to some offense, get him going. And
he's got speed. If he can get the separation and a transition bucket, he's got an easy, at least layup opportunity, I think.
Yeah, he played wide receiver for him during football season. He's, like he said, he's speedy, that's for sure. He'd get away from you in open field.
It will be the Firebirds' ball to start this third quarter. Got still some cleanup going on down here in the bottom right corner of the court. Got to make the court as perfect as possible. Even though it's out of bounds, you see a lot of people run screens and stuff and take an angle out of bounds, and you don't want somebody taking a slip on a slippery or sticky floor.
Well, and I mean, last week in the JV game, we saw a guy run out of bounds and take the inbounds pass.
Yeah.
And so if they do that, dude slips and busts his head, you can't have that. So I'd never seen that before.
I've seen, I think in the 9 years I've done this, I've seen it twice, and only once it really executed and caught anybody off guard. But I mean, you do it once, you got to keep it. Whoever you play will at least have that in the back of their mind what'll happen. Mm-hmm. So we got a break in the action. We can go ahead and talk. The boys just had their tournament draw for the postseason. Fairmont, obviously, no hands down, drew the number 2 seed. Centerville took the 1 seed, an undefeated 36-game winning streak and whatever. Fairmont will face the number 16 seeded Xenia Buccaneers at Centerville High School on February 19th. And then this is going to be an interesting one. Whoever wins this game, I think, could end up making a big run in the playoffs. Wayne drew 3, and they drew West Carrollton. West Carrollton is supposed to have 3 of their 4 people who are out back for the playoff turn. And we've seen in the 2 games we've done at West Carrollton, they were down a decent, at least 10-point deficit in both games. And Coach Anthony Parker just has the Pirates ready to play. And
I was just about to say, Jared.
And if you're Wayne, you cannot overlook the Pirates going into this postseason.
Yeah, Coach Parker's done a great job of turning this program around, and it's really awesome to see, because for a long time, a lot of people just would overlook the Pirates because you just could, but he's instilled the mindset that every single game, it doesn't matter the margin, we can win. It doesn't matter we down 30, we can still fight back and get this thing. And when you can really get a never say die attitude in your team,
and you're doing this really most of the year with backup and role players. I think they've got 6 games in before the injury started going through. I mean, granted, Sam Walker tearing his ACL, played the first 5 games with a partially torn ACL. Commitment right there, first of all. Thank God he's a junior and we can see him come back next year and play. But you were talking about how West Carrollton was just kind of bottom of the pack and all that. in Coach Parker's first season, he had more wins than the previous 6 head coaches combined. And they went to the district semifinals, I think, and lost on a 3-point in overtime to Springfield. So to say he turned the team around, he turned it around real quick, and now he's starting to get the people who used to transfer out of West Carrollton, go to Miamisburg or anywhere. They're staying in West Carrollton. And to be honest, I can't wait to see that game in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and when you talk about like a team really buying in, like that's exactly what West Carrollton's done. Because like you said, they're doing it with backups and they just believe in what their coach is preaching to them.
Now we're ready here, back to live action. Fairmont has held the ball for the first 15 seconds, and Wayne's defense pushing them back a little bit beyond that 3-point line. Doucette's going to drive, layup, no good. It might have been blocked from behind. Loose ball picked up.
You know, it's that wingspan that we were talking about earlier with Wagner. He just puts so much
Rice,
pressure.
step back 3, bang!
Rice with 17 now on his birthday. You said happy birthday earlier. He's having a happy birthday,
yeah.
That's for sure.
17 of the 25 points belong to Rhett Rice, and he gave the Warriors a 2-point lead now on that bucket. Rice goes for the steal, gets the ball, and lays it, and he misses off the glass. I don't know if he thought he'd get a contact call.
That's not something that you'll see very often.
Johnson's
corner, no
his
good.
three's no good, but he gets the rebound. Oh, Howard gets the rebound.
I'm just surprised Johnson didn't take that 3 because he was open.
Marrero, his 3 was no good. This game just going. It's like it's on fast forward with how fast these two teams are playing. Now you hear the student section trying to get behind this Warriors team. Mukes, turnaround, spin move, shot is up and good. He just went into the paint, pressed X, and turned around.
That was a tough shot there by Mukes, and
his
maybe
first
that's
bucket
going
of
to
the
get
game.
him going.
Fairmont's largest deficit tonight, trailing here by 4. Johnson gets the ball quickly. And no stutter steps. You see now, Cameron was giving him a little bit of room. Doucette's turnaround shot is up and falls off the rim.
And
Rice pushing it up court.
Bounce.
Rice going all the way to the hoop.
And that's just amazing. He's so good with his dribble moves. He just like did a little in and out and just completely fooled like 3 different Firebirds. Able to finish at the rim.
I thought he was going to pass it off too. No way he was going to drive in and split 3 defenders, but he did. Marrero ball almost poked out of bounds, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on
ESPN,
Mukes.
I said earlier, he's a 4-star prospect. He's the number 2 player in the state for the 2022 class. So, I mean, you just can't say enough about how talented he is. And he averages 4 steals a game. He's got 2 or 3 tonight.
I think he's had at least 3 tonight so far.
He's all over the place.
And now you see Wayne kind of double teaming Johnson here when they get inside when he gets the ball. So now for the Firebirds, you got to have somebody else step up. We've seen Johnson or Doucette take a couple shots. The last one I think he took was blocked by Wagner behind.
He's the fadeaway. And then,
oh my goodness, Emil Wagner!
And that's what we've been waiting
Up
to
to
see.
Mukes. And Laurent pushes and finishes at the rim.
And Mukes was not able to finish, but that's just the greatness of Rice. Just there on the follow, tips it in.
Gentile's 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Sherwood, and the reverse layup works. But go back and talk about, Emil Wagner just sent Anthony Johnson home packing with that blocked shot.
And you know, maybe Anthony Johnson just didn't see him or something. He's a little kind of too big to miss, isn't he? Like, he just jumped up out of nowhere.
He kind of did. Wagner was over to the side of the paint, looking like he was getting ready to box out, and he just went in and drove and blocked the heck out of that ball.
You know, he didn't even really jump that high.
No, it's just that wingspan straight up.
It's just a wall.
Wayne has stretched this out to a 6-point lead. They are winning this quarter right now, 9-2.
And you said earlier that Wagner was not in the first game this season. And so far,
3 blocked shots. That's 6 points for the Firebirds, and it's a tie ball game.
and he's got 4 points. So that's a 10-point swing right there. Huge impact here in this game.
It'll be, I believe it'll be Fairmont ball. I don't remember who scored last. No, it'll be Wayne ball, correction. Oh, Fairmont scored and took the timeout. Different defense here by the Firebirds.
And the press defense has been really good to Fairmont tonight. It's good to see him stick with it.
And now you see Wagner's on the bench. If you're the Firebirds, offensively, you got to attack inside the paint now. Try and get this game back to tied up or even a lead before he comes back into the game.
Yeah, get
Rice,
ball.
step back three. He was fouled. And he's going to go to the line for a 4-point play.
And you know,
You can't say anything else about Rice. He has 24 points. If he makes this free throw, he's going to have as much as the Fairmont Firebirds do as a team.
Howard did a really good job on defense that time. But it's just, what are you supposed to do against that? That's just spectacular shot making.
Rice's free throw is no good, but an offensive rebound. And actually, it's going to be a call. It's going to be a foul on
Over the back
number 20 on Mike Cole. Now you can see Marrero coming back into the game for Howard. One referee said you could check in, one referee stopped it, so we'll see what happens. Marrero was at the table, ready to check in before the signal was given to start play. And that's going to be a technical issue against the Firebirds. It's going to be a one-shot technical and the ball back for Wayne.
Technical foul against Fairmont, shooting 2.
Wow.
Actually, a 2-point two free throws. Rice makes the first. I don't care how good you are. Those are the toughest free throws to make. You're the only one on the line. Everybody in the gymnasium watching you.
Into the game for Fairmont. Number 22.
Yeah, having those extra guys on the side, you know, just
Like you at least
so
know
you
them.
don't feel like you're alone.
But that free throw makes it a 10-point game, and Laurent Rice now has 25 points. 25 of the 35 belong to him, and he's matched the Firebirds total.
He only had 4 points in the first quarter, but he's taken off ever since then.
And Fairmont has just come out flat to start this second half. And a 5-second violation called against the Warriors. And you saw Coach Moles on the sideline jumping up, yelling 5. He wanted to call it for the refs.
And that's something that you get out of that constant pressure from Gentili, you know? When you just extend the defense almost all the way out to half court.
Now if you're Fairmont, you got to capitalize on this. Johnson wide open in the corner, launches a 3, and it's nothing but net.
And RJ Mutes did not close out nearly fast enough on that play.
I don't even know if he would have got there if he would have got a hand up. Rice pull-up three is up and no good. Wagner.
Nice job by DeSante Set by not fouling right there. He was so close.
Wagner pushes it up off the court. Timeout called by Wayne.
And Anthony Johnson is frustrated now because he really wanted the charge call there. I kind of think I agree with him. There's a lot of contact and he was in position, but
the only thing I can think of is maybe he might have moved that foot up a little bit just before Wagner came in. It was close, and definitely that size advantage makes it look worse on Wagner's end. Timeout called by the Warriors, leading 37-28. What do the Fairmont Firebirds talking about in this huddle?
I think the only thing you can be talking about is what are our different defensive strategies to try and stop Rice? Because, I mean, nothing is working right now. Fairmont has a plethora of really good defenders. But, like I said, none of it's working right now. I mean, they've gone from Doucette, Sherwood, Gentili, Johnson. Almost everyone's gotten a shot at him. And it's just not working. So, we got to try and find a defensive solution to that. Maybe go with a box and one or something. But then also, kind of like we talked about right after halftime, you have to get somebody else going, whether it's Doucette or Sherwood. You get him going with a couple threes. Something else has
At least
to start
let
happening.
them get a bucket or two so they can take some of the pressure or guarding off of Anthony Johnson to get him at least back to a wide open shot. And you see, look at this defense by Mukes. Doucette had to stop at the volleyball line. Gentili guarded by Wagner. Marrero, layup is no good, but a foul called. I believe that'll be the second on Mike Cole for the Warriors.
That's a tough shot by Marrero. But
That's his third. I missed one.
but able to draw the foul against Cole.
You're the Firebirds. You got to make these free throws.
Yeah, buckets have been hard to come by here in the second half. You take them any way you can get them.
That one hits off the front of the iron.
Into the game for Wayne, number 2, James Cameron.
James Cannon checks into the game for the Warriors to replace Cole with his 3 fouls. Marrero misses both. And it stays at a 9-point lead for the Warriors. Kick over in the corner, Mukes 3.
And Marrero, after missing both of his free throws, comes down the other way and fouls a 3-point shooter.
It's going to be 3 free throws coming.
Tough break for Marrero.
To the line, shooting 3, away. RJ Mukes.
Mukes going to go to the line to shoot 3. And to give the Warriors a potentially 12-point lead.
Mukes with only 2 points so far. Looking like he's starting to get it going.
Mukes makes the first. You see Isaiah Ingram check back into the game. It looks like for Mukes. Mukes makes the second. That one bounced off the rim a few times.
That was one of those rolls that Fairmont was just not getting the other night.
And this to put the Warriors up a potential 12 points. That one rims out. Wagner, loose ball out of bounds to the Firebirds.
Into the game.
We're going to say last off James Cameron.
And Ingram did come in for Mukes. You see Logan Adams checked in the game for, I did not see who, Eli Sherwood. Gentili gets it back to Doucette. Johnson trying to get some separation. Pull-up shot up and good. And I think Anthony Johnson's only missed one shot the whole night, just like Laurent Rice.
Just so impressive, both of these guys just making tough shot after tough shot.
And with how back and forth this game's going, We still got 2 minutes left here in the third. And an offensive foul called against the Warriors.
You know, it felt like we were a little later in the game, but you said it earlier, they've been playing so fast. We've gotten so many possessions.
The foul was on Emil Wagner, his first, team's fourth. If you're Fairmont, you got to capitalize on here. Even if it's a high percentage two-shot, you got to score here. Johnson, three. Nothing but net from Anthony Johnson.
And that wasn't bad defense by Cranford, but, like, I don't know how many times we got to say it. You have to be all up in Anthony Johnson's grill. He's 26 points tonight. I mean, and the lead was 12.
25.
And the lead was 12 just a moment ago, and now it's been cut to 6.
2 possessions ago. And that's with Fairmont fouling Wayne on two three-point shots. It just, the 6-point lead, we just saw it got cut in half in 2 possessions. So it'll be interesting to see. Wayne called a timeout there to see what they're talking about. The only way you're going to stop Anthony Johnson from shooting the three is if you push him down and you just got to take the foul.
Well, I really think that in the fourth quarter, one of these teams is going to start double teaming. I don't know which one, but at some point, we got 51 points between 2 players. Like, at some point, you just got to say, okay, we're going to let somebody else beat us, because so far we're just trying to let the one guy beat us, and he is.
And so far, there's been a couple times that there have been double teamed, and they both just shoot over the double team. And I think these two can meet on later on in the playoffs too. If they eat, I think it's the district finals is where they would meet them. So a third matchup between these two.
Well, the first 2 games were very competitive.
Like we said, in that first game, Wagner wasn't here, and Fairmont outscored the Warriors 20-5 in the second quarter. Mukes pull up 3 off the side of the iron. Rice not giving up, gets the rebound. Down low to Wagner, corner, Cole. And Doucette comes up with a strong rebound.
Gammon unable to get that jumper to fall. It was a really good job on defense right there. The Birds were kind of in scramble drill, but they were able to get back and cover all the offensive players and able to make it so Wayne didn't have an easy score.
Johnson left wide open in the corner. Let's see if Doucette sees it. And Rice quickly saw it, and he would have intercepted that one if Doucette would have tried it.
I think that's why he looked wide open. I think that Rice was just playing that passing.
Trying to bait him in. Doucette turnaround jumper. That was blocked. Saved by
Gammon. Got a fingertip on that.
Nice save by Sherwood. 23 seconds left. And Fairmont could cut the lead in half again at the end of this third quarter. 10 seconds left. Doucette trying to put the moves. Pull up from the free throw line, and he was fouled before the shot. It'll be the first on James Cannon. I thought it was before the shot. I didn't think he was in the act of shooting. Doucette makes the first. Cuts it to a 5-point lead. Doucette makes them both, cuts it to a 3-point lead. Rice lost the handle, half-court shot, almost fell.
That one bounced right off the center of the square, and there's just a little bit too much on that. Or that one just might have banked right in.
Wayne definitely won that quarter, outscoring the Firebirds 17-12. and they're going to take a 4-point lead to the fourth quarter. What does Wayne have to do to keep this lead?
Well, I mean, I sound like a broken record, but you're going to have to try and stop Anthony Johnson. It's not working, and it probably will not work. So, I don't know, man. It's just...
I guess we just got everybody's going to have to sit back and watch.
Just
because
keep giving Rice the ball and try and limit Johnson. That's it. I mean...
And if you're the Firebirds, you just keep giving Johnson the ball and limit Rice, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's really it. I mean, this game has been really simple. It's just one guy versus the other.
51 points scored between Rice and Johnson.
Two announcements. Those of you who are continuing to support the Wayne men's basketball team, Friday's game at Centerville is digital tickets only. And Saturday's game, which was a home game versus St. X, has now been moved to an away game at Springfield. Once again, Saturday's game is no longer a home game versus St. X, it is now an away game at Springfield.
Here we go, getting ready to start the fourth quarter. 4-point lead for the Wayne Warriors here on senior night, and the junior Laurent Rice has put the team on his back. Cross-court pass. And Wayne Cole in there with 3 fouls. And a foul by Doucette.
And that's tough. I mean, it's definitely a foul, but Dosan Doucette, he tried to take the charge, and then after they didn't call it,
he got right back up.
He tried to get up and play defense again, but on his way up, he just kind of grabbed the arm. And if you're going to foul a guy that big around the rim, you got to make sure the foul is worth it.
Back to a 6-point lead for the Warriors. Doucette gets it to Gentili. Now back up top to Sherwood. Johnson going to drive, floater, and he was fouled. That's going to send him to the line to shoot too.
And that's just a really nice job by Johnson. He's so good with his body, and he knows exactly where he wants to go. So he's got a herky-jerky dribble. So he just kind of hesitated, like a half hesitation, little pull-up, and then continued his drive, got the defender off balance, and forced the contact. Now Johnson has 27. He's an 86% free throw shooter.
Johnson makes them both, cuts it back, 4-point lead. Mukes gets it from a quarter-court pass from Cranford. Cole out at the top of the key, gets it down low to Wagner. Wagner backing up Doucette. Wagner turnaround into the paint, up off the glass.
And there's just not much that Fairmont can really do against that. Like they're just at such a size disadvantage. Dosan Doucette is the biggest guy who plays regular minutes for Fairmont, and he's 6'4", and just...
They've tried to take 2 charges, or tried to draw 2 charges, and it's not going to work.
So they're at a 3-inch height disadvantage right there, and our stat sheets don't have weights, and I'm sure it's well over 50 pounds.
Oh, at least.
So, Dosan Doucette's doing everything he can. There's only so much. So coming back from the break, Fairmont is going to bring the ball up. Ball in the hands of Howard.
Gentile, top of the key. Doucette looking to drive in. Gets it to fall. Got it over Laurent Rice.
That was a really nice job by Deshaun Doucette. He drives in, does a little hesitation before he goes up with the layup, got the defender to go up, and then goes up right behind him.
And I just saw them flash up. I didn't realize he had 8 points in this game.
He's been very quiet on the offensive end.
6 there in the second half. Rice trapped in the corner. Johnson steals it.
That's a really tough pass by Rice. Great defense by the Birds to double him, trap him there in the corner.
Doucette guarded heavily by Wagner. Doucette kicks it over to Sherwood. And if they keep Wagner on him, that's definitely an advantage for Doucette. He can blow by him.
Yeah, with his speed and athleticism, if he can just get the
He's
corner.
going to. And he's fouled.
Oh my goodness, what a shot by Deshaun Doucette. Just absorbing that 6'7" frame, going through all that contact, and the ball didn't even need the backboard, or he didn't need the backboard, the rim, nothing but net. Beautiful.
And this to cut it to a 1-point lead.
That was tough.
And Fairmont now in the bonus. Shooting foul shots the rest of the way.
So impressive, and you know, I've been harping on him all game long because I know how good of a player he is. He has to come up big in these moments. He missed that free throw, but there's a lot of game left.
Rice drives up off the glass. Rice hadn't scored in a while, and he said, I'm just going to take this one myself.
Doucette wasn't quite able to stick with him, and Sherwood never came up off the floor.
Sherwood gets it to Johnson down low. Johnson, free throw line jumper. I think that one might have been blocked, or at least tipped.
And that was a really good job.
That was an excellent box out by Rice.
And
Cole on
yeah,
Sherwood.
They teamed up to keep Johnson away from that ball. Johnson was going to go diving out of bounds for that.
4-point lead for the Warriors. 5 minutes left to go here. Fairmont playing a little bit of a full court defense. Mukes cross court pass to Cole. Wide open three. Cranford is good.
That was a really good press break by Cranford, and then he got rewarded on once they got back actually in the offensive zone with a wide open three.
Doucette trying to work on Wagner again. Gets it back. Johnson, deep three off the back of the iron.
And you got to wonder at some point, is Anthony Johnson going to start to run out of steam? He's been excellent in this game, just played amazing.
And here finally the matchup we've wanted to see all night. Speed versus speed. Oh!
He just put Anthony
and an over-the-back foul is going to be called on number 23.
This entire
Cranford.
gym was waiting for that ball to drop. Put Anthony Johnson on skates, and I mean skates. He slid 4 feet just halfway across the court. That was amazing. I said it earlier, Jared. That's why he's a 4-star prospect, rated by ESPN and number 2 in the state in the 2022 class.
Howard at the line shooting the 1-and-1. Howard makes the first.
Big free throw there by Howard. Cut the lead to 6.
And you talk about that crossover move. Johnson still almost got back to get a hand, at least up partially. Howard sinks them both. Back to a 5-point lead. And look at the Fairmont coming out playing a full court press. And you don't have Gentile out here on the court, one of your best on-pressure ball defenders for the Firebirds. Cole with 4 fouls, gets it to Cranford. There's 4 minutes left here in the ball game. Cranford tried to hit Rice on the back door. Johnson goes for the steal. Cole with separation.
Johnson got lucky, didn't get called for the foul, and then now they're going to call it on Howard.
I believe it's on Howard. That'll be his fourth.
Fairmont foul number 1.
That was a little questionable. That was kind of ticky-tack.
It looked like Howard was just standing there and kind of got ran into. And a foul called. I believe that one's going to be on Anthony Johnson. That'll be his first.
That was a quick whistle.
Into the game for the Firebirds, number 11.
Now Gentili's going to come back in the game.
Replacing Howard. Now the refs are going to stop and they're going to go to the scorebook. I guess they wanted to make sure the foul count was right. Mukes hits it in the corner. Guarded by Adams for the Firebirds. Cole. Guarded by Gentili. He's forced a couple turnovers. And you want to talk about ticky-tack fouls. Adams kind of just stood there and they kind of collided.
Yeah, the last couple minutes, it's been almost any sort of little touch contact.
Yeah, let's call you for a foul.
Yeah, right.
To the line. Number 23, Warren Frankfurt Jr.
And this is where the refs can mess up what has been an excellent game between these two.
Well, yeah, because like the game flow's been great, and now we're just having to stop every 5 seconds because, you know, we're going to parade to the free throw line now.
Cranford makes the first. Cranford makes them both, puts it back up to a 7-point lead for the Warriors with 3.5 minutes left here. Doucette gets the handoff in the corner. Adams. Now Adams Doucette guarded by Rice. Hands it off to Adams. Now back up top. Sherwood to Johnson. Johnson. What a move to the basket. What a finish at the rim.
Johnson with the up and under after the hesitation. Like, he's such a talented, skilled player. He's so impressive to watch with the ball in his hands. What a great move.
30 points in the game for Anthony Johnson for the Firebirds. 27 in the game for Laurent Rice for the Warriors. And you talk about games that you don't want to see end. We don't want to see this one end.
Yeah, I do
One of the
overtime too.
One of the best games we've had all season, most competitive throughout. And really, it's basically a one-on-one versus, or a one-on-one matchup with everybody else kind of playing tips.
Everyone else playing tips and just getting picked. All right, who's getting bullied on this possession?
Possession arrow is in favor of Fairmont if it comes down to that. Late in the game, a jump ball. It'll be Wayne Ball. Let's see what kind of defense Fairmont comes out and lines up in. And Fairmont's not going to pressure on this inbound pass, kind of going against what they've done the last couple. And now Howard with 4 fouls going to come up and guard Rice on the way up the court.
Howard's a really good defender, but that's tough, asking him to play against
Rice with 4 fouls.
and not foul.
Rice pull-up shot up and rattles out. Loose ball corralled by Adams and another foul. That's going to be number 5 on Mike Cole. And you want to talk about ticky-tack fouls.
Yeah, that's big. Mike Cole, he's a really great.
Not scored in this game, but he He had 2 points.
He's a great
He's a ball handler
shooter
for the Warriors.
Yeah, and he's a great three-point shooter. So he hasn't had that really many opportunities in this game. But like you said, he handles the ball really well. And he's just a really good system player.
Adams at the line shooting the 1-and-1 for the Firebirds. Adams sinks the first.
Big time free throw there by Adams.
This to cut it to a one-possession lead with just under 3 minutes left here in the ball game. Adams misses it. Loose ball out of bounds. Or not out of bounds, almost out of bounds.
For that free throw, Adams was 5 for 5 on the season.
So you can't say the announcer's jinx got him because we didn't say it.
I waited.
You waited. I saw you pulling it up on your phone. 4-point lead for the Warriors. 2.5 to go in the game. Rice guarded by Johnson. And right, look at Johnson getting up in the face of Rice. Cranford guarded by Hauer. And okay, timeout called by Wayne. The way Cranford went under Hauer, I thought they were going to call him for his 5th foul. It's like, oh. 30-second timeout called by the Warriors. It's going to be about 2:15 left in the game, I believe. Setting up to be an exciting finish.
4-point game. Kind of down the stretch, like we talked about, there was an extra guy for each team that was kind of able to get going. For Wayne, it was Cranford, and then finally
Doucette got going for the Firebirds.
Doucette was able to get going and really helping the Firebirds come back in this.
At this point, 2 minutes left in the quarter. Both teams are matched evenly, 11-11 scoring-wise in the quarter. Gentili. Loose ball. Adams saves it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Warriors.
They say he stepped out of bounds before he knocked it back in.
What a play by a junior who doesn't see much time on the court.
I wish we had replays tonight, Jared. I want to look at that one again. That one's close.
Doucette steals the inbound.
They got the ball knocked away by Bukes.
And a foul going to be called on Sherwood. That'll be his second, team's 9th. Team's 8th, sorry.
That was almost a huge steal there by Doucette. That's
a close play to not call contact on Mukes for that. We've seen them called on less than that tonight, in point in case the Sherwood foul just now. Mukes makes the first.
Well, and I said it earlier that Mukes played wide receiver for the Warriors during football season. He also played DB for them. So he showed right there that he can play some coverage without fouling.
And Wagner checks back into the game for the Warriors to put the Warriors up 6. Mukes rattles it home. 6-point lead for the Warriors. 1:46 left in the game. Fairmont's got to go to the rim. Doucette actually going to pull up 3. No good. Rebound. And that's going to be a foul on Gentili.
That was a quick whistle. But I think they called over the back or something like that on
I think they
the
called
rebound.
it for a hold. I think his arm was down on him, but Wayne going back to the line, 1-and-1. Cranford makes the first.
And Cranford is the best free throw shooter on the team for the Warriors, shooting 83% this season.
This to
So
put the
that's the
Warriors
guy.
up 8.
That's the guy that the Warriors really want at the line right now.
Cranford too hard, and then foul the other way on the rebound. And now Fairmont's shooting 2 fouls, so at least we'll get to catch our breath for a second.
Well, I didn't jinx Adams earlier, but maybe I jinxed Cranford right there.
They're the one you want. So say and spell your name for people watching that's a Warriors fan that you
No,
jinxed.
sir. No, sir.
Sherwood makes the first. Sherwood misses the second. Loose ball. I don't know if that was planned or not, the way the Fairmont's set up. Rice and Johnson's going to be called for a foul. I'm going to run out of room on my free throw line markers.
Fairmont foul number 12 for Anthony Johnson, his second. To the line, shooting for Wayne. Emil Wagner.
Wagner's going to go to the line to shoot 2 for the Warriors now. Both teams in double bonus. I guess it can be a free throw shooting contest the rest of the way. Wagner misses the first.
He's a 75% free throw shooter.
Another game for Fairmont number 1.
Howard checks back into the game. He came in for Gentile. Howard with 4 fouls. Wagner misses both. And that was a heck of a box out by Johnson and Adams. Johnson guts by, up off the glass, and one.
Big play for the Firebirds. I really liked how
he got by.
I really liked
Wagner.
how that possession started for the Warriors, because when the screen came, they fronted with the double, and then he's just so skilled. He was able to split the double team and just run right past Wagner, and
That just shows the speed that Johnson has.
it's just the speed and the skill. He's got all the right things.
This to cut it to a 1-possession game. Johnson, free throw, rattles home. 1-possession game, 1:21 left in the game.
Now there's full court press by the Firebirds.
Down low, up off the glass, left wide open. And Martindale kind of want to see what his 40 time was, because he came sprinting from the scores table to call that timeout.
Yeah, he did not want for the Firebirds to get the ball in to get back
Push
on
it up
offense. He really wanted to get that in so they could get their defense set. It's so important right now with just 1:09 left in the game. And you gotta love the intensity and the pressure that Fairmont is playing with right now. But you can't just leave the back end of the zone wide open. That one hurt.
And that's what happens. Fairmont goes for the double steal, or double team, trying to force a steal or a turnover, and it left, I believe that was that Kamen or Cranford with that layup? I don't know, it happened too fast.
That was Cannon.
Kamen.
The assist from Cranford.
I got it in there, I just had it the wrong way.
Right.
1:09 left. Fairmont trailing 55-50. And heads up play here. Rice going to come up to half court to at least make Johnson pick it up. Johnson pull up 3. That one rims out. Loose ball. If you cannot call that a foul on Anthony Johnson. Johnson's on the court fighting for a rebound, and Mukes trips over him, and you don't call the travel.
I understand the call because Johnson
They weren't a part of the play.
Just a little rolled into him. And you hate to see a call like that maybe go to decide a game, but
you see the confidence in Mukes here, the free throw shooter. They're not going to have anybody in for the rebound. Pushes the lead to 7. 58 seconds left. Fairmont's got to go quickly. Johnson.
Yeah, and you need a 3, but
Sherwood
you don't want to
3.
force it like you did last possession with Johnson.
Out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Firebirds, and I'm surprised they didn't call Johnson on a foul there.
There was a little bit of contact there, but I think that the refs recognized that was also kind of a flop.
Inbound to Doucette. Doucette up top. Howard. Adams. 45 seconds left. Out of bounds. Off of Johnson. Back to the Warriors. And Martindale.
And
Never really seen him show that much excitement where he might have just worked out his vertical too.
And you could see it was either Mukes or Cranford was able to get a fingertip on that pass.
Adams pokes the ball
Johnson
away.
wasn't able to get a hold of it.
Adams gets it to Doucette. Doucette 3. That was blocked, but he was fouled shooting the 3.
And they're going to call the foul, like you said, on Cranford. That's a huge mistake in the final moments. Under 30 seconds, you cannot afford to foul a three-point shooter.
Doucette makes the first.
But really good awareness there by Adams to, he was able to find the shooter out in the corner, delivered him the pass, got him a good look.
Doucette makes the second.
Into the game for Fairmont, number 5, J.J. Grooms.
Now you have J.J. Grooms check into the game and Tyler Gentili check into the game for the Firebirds. 28.2 seconds left. Doucette makes all 3.
Clutch free throws by Nassan Doucette. Had a really rough start to this game. They came on strong in the second half.
11 points here in the second half. A 30-second timeout called by the Firebirds. So if you're Fairmont, you don't want Cranford to get the ball. 84% free throw shooter.
Yeah, he's going to really make you pay if you send him to the line. Mike Cole is the guy that I want to send to the free throw line. But didn't he foul out?
Yeah, Cole fouled out
so
like halfway through this fourth quarter. So you're going to see Fairmont come out and play the tightest inbound defense they've played all season.
Earlier I said Wagner shoots 75% from the line.
Something like that.
I looked at the wrong stat line. He shoots 32% from the line.
Oh, and
so
that's why he's not on the court.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
And here you go.
And I call the foul before the whistle.
Call the foul. That's going to be on Howard. That's going to be his 5th. I guess if you're Fairmont, no time comes off the clock. But you send Laurent Rice to the free throw line.
Yeah, just the guy you didn't want to send.
When Adams check into the game for J.J. Grooms. And you see Wayne, they're not having anybody on the line again. They're getting their defense back. 28.2 seconds left. I don't know what Rice's stats are from the free throw line. Rice makes the first.
Coming into tonight's game, he was 80 for 108.
Another one you don't really want shooting the free throws if you're the Firebirds. Rice makes them both. And Rice now going to step up, make Johnson pick that up. Johnson going to drive in. Johnson trying to get a move. And he's fouled and almost got the bucket.
That's a tough shot by Anthony Johnson, but excellent shot creation. The ability, he even picked up his dribble and just used a pivot to get the defender up in the air and get a good look at the rim. He almost got it to fall.
Johnson makes the first.
Into the game for Fairmont, number 5, J.J. Grooms.
See, I've got people even watching on the, commenting on there that foul on 80. They get some reaction from Martindale's 40. when he ran down to call that timeout. Cuts it to a 4-point lead. And Rice going to get fouled. No, I mean, that's going to be the only one that Wayne's going to try to get back there to get the inbound pass.
Yeah, and at this point, Fairmont, they do not have time to try and, to force a turnover.
No, you got to get it and foul, get it and foul. Rice misses one. Leaves the door open. It's cracked here for the Firebirds.
Just trying to make things interesting. As it's only a 4-point game.
And we've seen a foul shooting a 3. Rice makes the second one, though.
At least 4 times, right?
I know for sure twice for Wayne. Johnson drives in. Johnson up off the glass is good. No timeout. Oh, no, Fairmont had a timeout left.
And really smart play there by Johnson, not even looking at the 3. Let's just go and try and get the quick bucket. If we can foul and he misses another one, then you're in business, So, nice job. Just get down the court, and if you're able to get, an extra point on the layup because you get fouled, then you're, it's just icing on top of the cake.
And remember, you only got to play defense for 5 seconds. Do not let that ball come in if you're the Firebirds. 60-57 lead the Warriors. 10.6 seconds left. You see, look how the student section, everybody's standing up and almost on the court.
They're excited for this big time potential win.
And they call the 5 seconds.
Oh my goodness. And that is huge. Well, there's a 5-second call in the game on Saturday night. That was
overturned, yeah.
That was a huge game changer.
And interesting here, you got Anthony Johnson inbounding. If you're Wayne, you've got to watch him on the inbound pass. Johnson on the inbound. Doucette gets it. 8 seconds left. Johnson pull up 3. Can't tie the game up. And Wayne wins a thriller, and the student section scores the court. 60-57 win the Wayne Warriors.
And that was a great defensive possession by Wayne. Johnson was not able to get off a good shot, and then when Sherwood got the follow, it was blocked by Rice. Who else?
Player of the game, Rice had the game-winning block. And you see the student section pours out onto the court on senior night. This game went back and forth. This was Duke versus North Carolina, Michigan versus Ohio State. This was the rivalries wrapped up into one, and they did not disappoint. Fairmont now losing 2 in a row, something they haven't done all season.
And that was kind of something that I was thinking about, Jared, coming into this game, whether the Firebirds were going to be able to recover from that big emotional loss on Saturday night. I mean, yes, it was Centerville, and it's a 3-headed monster, but they had a packed house. I mean, standing room only in Trent Arena, and they played their worst game of the season. They played great here tonight, just not quite enough to get the job done.
Your player of the game, Laurent Rice, 30 of the team's 60 points for the Wayne Warriors, as Warriors win it on senior night, 60-57. This has been an excellent game of the week. And join us again this Friday as the Miamisburg Vikings go down to Springboro and take on the Panthers in our MVCC Game of the Week finale. Signing off for Andy Horton, Jared Bergstrom, and the rest of the Miami Valley Communications crew. We'll see you Friday.
That's all, folks.